House of the Dragon, episode 5 is very good, with great character development, and it does an excellent job of setting up the renewal of conflict between Team Black and Team Green we're to see in upcoming episodes. And a lot of journeys were shown throughout this episode, so let's begin with Rhaenyra. And I have to say, when she first ascended the Iron Throne, I thought she had it locked up. There seemed to be no probable way for either Aemond or Aegon to launch a comeback. But now, it's as if she's following some sort of playbook titled How to Lose Control of Westeros, where every decision she's making is slowly undermining her rule. And I think it's important to recognize that her weakness is coming from a place of benevolence where she prioritizes mercy at the expense of allowing her enemies to live. She prioritizes justice for the small folk at the expense of making enemies with the rich. But we're headed in this direction where she's slowly going to have to sacrifice her good nature if she wants to be proven as an effective ruler, which requires a level of heartlessness and indifference to virtues. And Daemon, who's always been this devil on her shoulder whispering in her ear, I think as the season progresses, she's going to start adopting that ideology. Then, if we move to Aegon, this was also an incredibly important episode to me. Sorry for him, because I think he finally, at least implicitly, accepts the fact that in his past, he was neither a good ruler nor a good man, as Larys says, and he recognizes his present situation and the realities of it, where he's no longer going to parade around as a king saying, I should be ruling Westeros, and recognize the fact that he's a beggar amongst beggars. That's at least my prediction. And I think that that's what it means when he returns to Larys and kind of eats from the apple. It's a sort of tacit acceptance. So it's great for him to kind of come to terms with this situation. Then Aemond, it's just great to see him back. He was fighting his would-be assassins, and I have no doubt that he's going to be back on the battlefield very shortly. So that'll be great to see. And then you have Daeron Targaryen, where I should really say Ormond, because Darren's simply a mouthpiece for Ormond. And Ormond proves to be this very interesting, intriguing guy because he tries to masquerade as this virtuous historian, but in all honesty, he only cares about his family name, where he's willing to, forego loyalty and oaths he made if it means putting a high tower on the throne. And it's great that he's having to do these underhanded tactics to try to weaken Rhaenyra's control, because I have no doubt that they're going to continue as the episodes progress. So it'll be interesting to see, what comes out of his side, because he has to prop up Darren, who's in my mind the most he has the least claim, he has the most illegitimacy as a claimant to the Iron Throne. So he's going to need to do these underhanded tactics. And then Alicent and Helena, and they prove to be kind of this yin and yang complex where they definitely contrast with each other. Where Alicent, in my mind, she seems to be a realist. She recognizes that she's no better than a prisoner. And this entire episode, her mind is focused on one thing: escape, 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 even if it means lying to her daughter. Whereas Helena, she's obviously trying to be more optimistic in her situation. And I know that she has like these prophetic abilities, but she seems to be at least somewhat content in her situation. She doesn't want to leave. She doesn't want to, maybe play the Game of Thrones effectively by taking the abortifacient, whatever it may be. So there's this contrast between them, and it really shows the difference in their characters. And then let's just talk about the ending, which in my mind was the most memorable ending of season 3, where Daemon walks in and sees several of his gold cloaks slaughtered brutally, and he reads in blood above them, "A feast for traitors." And obviously, this lends the question, who could have done this? But I think the better question is, how is Rhaenyra going to respond? Is she going to be merciful, or is she finally going to take out her iron fist and roll with it? So it's a great question the last episode poses, and I look forward to seeing how it's answered in episode 6. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.